Howdy y'all, BeGunners. This series is dedicated to the new gun owner or the potential new gun owner. And this is a second version of this for me. I did this series a couple of years ago and I just wanted to kind of redo the whole thing, mostly to change the sequence, like the order in which I'm showing the videos, and to kind of clean up to make it a little more family friendly. So I am going to start from the same jumping off point though, and that is talking about advice. So if you are brand new to guns and you start seeking out information, you've got magazines and there are YouTube videos and there's 100 different channels on YouTube, and the information can just be overwhelming, and you're just trying to seek good advice, right? What should I get? Where do I start with all of this? And so in the age of social media, a natural inclination is going to be to join a forum, like a Facebook group or a Reddit subreddit or some kind of online group, right? And then you're going to go on there and you're going to ask for advice. And the danger in that is that sometimes the people giving you advice don't really know what they're talking about. Or they might be a new gun owner themselves and they won't disclose that to you. So they might have formed a very, very serious opinion about XYZ product, and they're going to just like plant that flag, and that's the hill they're going to die on, and they're going to sell you on it. And there tends to be a lot of sunk cost fallacy going on here. So if I went out and bought XYZ gun, it's like I might as well wear the hat and a shirt and like that is my brand and this is the product and you need to have it too. Now this will happen with more experienced gun owners also, but when people are brand new, they may or may not really know what they're talking about, but they won't tell you that. So it can be very difficult if you're in a forum, especially if it's a very large forum, to kind of filter out which of these people know what they're talking about and who don't, and like, how do I know? And so my advice is to probably seek out a reputable person who either writes about guns for a living or someone with a YouTube channel with a large following. Now that is not 100% guarantee, because some of those people are taking a little payola behind the back from different brands and stuff, so that can be dicey too. But generally, once you start looking into this, there are gonna be a few name brands of guns that are gonna keep coming up over and over again that well-respected firearms instructors recommend for their students. So I am not talking about your local person that teaches the concealed carry license course, although that person might give you great advice also. But I'm talking about trainers who run classes. They're usually like a 2-day long class with round counts that are 400 to 600 rounds per class, meaning you need to have a gun that it can take some abuse, that's going to perform once it starts getting dirty, and it's going to keep running. Those kind of instructors have a lot of experience watching people's guns fail. And there's going to be a certain quality level of guns that people buy and they show up to a class like that, and those guns don't do well. And those instructors will over and over and over again recommend you need to spend a little bit more money and get a better gun. Now, you may have no interest in ever taking a class like that, and that's fine. But wouldn't it be good to know that you bought a gun that could do that, right? So we're talking about a tool that you might depend on to save your life or your family member's life. You want to know that this tool will work when you need it to work. Less expensive products can generally work well most of the time. But think of it, if you were gonna say you've got a kid going off to college, right? like an 18-year-old kid, and they just graduated high school, and they are going to go to a college like 3 states away. And so you want to get them in a car that's dependable, right? You don't want to buy them the cheapest car you can. You want to put them in a good quality car that you know is going to get them to school and be able to get them back without breaking down on the side of the road. Right? Does that make sense? So don't just go get the least expensive thing you can find. And what you will find often in gun forums is a lot of people went out, they bought the very like lowest tier price point of an object, and then they're gonna wholeheartedly recommend that to you because it has been fine for them, and it probably has been fine for them because they don't shoot it very much. And that's the part they won't tell you. It's been flawless for 100 rounds. So that is my advice to you, is please use caution when seeking advice. And maybe be a fly on the wall for a couple of weeks and try to get a sense, if you're in a forum, an online forum, try to get a sense of some of the names that will keep coming up over and over again from people who post who seem like they probably actually do know what they're talking about. There's a good chance those people are pretty squared away and will lead you down the right path. That's all I got for this first episode. Until next time, be easy, y'all.